Alright, my friends, let's do this. You are watching Political Point Magazine. Where the right is right and the left, well, the left is always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories. Well, at the UN, it was the meeting of the world leaders, or world weakers, I should say. But Obama cuts our military forces and weakens our national security. I think Obama's foreign policy has failed. We will take a look at that as Russia takes the lead on national security and terrorism and things. And Planned Parenthood gets grilled before Congress. I think it's time to defund that baby murdering organization. And there was a massacre in Oregon which leaves at least 10 dead. And Obama lectures us on gun control. We will talk about that as well, and we will take it to the phones with you, the viewers, on tonight's. I am your host, William Mitro. Okay, my friends. Yes. Well, it is another Monday. And granted, it was often times we have this discussion here. But now, it's another Monday, and tonight, my friends, I want to talk about a lot of things that have been going on in the news here. Alright, and so, as the world turns here, okay, we see things shaping up. Now, there was the national meeting of the at the UN of the world leaders, and Obama just, it's striking to me to see how Obama just does not get it. Okay, because he's cutting our national security. All right. And in fact, okay, let's talk about Obama's failed foreign policy to begin with here. All right, because I have stuff on this that's it just boggles the mind to find that that we are entrusting in our world leaders. Okay. And all of this, while Obama and the Democrats all want to tout climate change and global warming, which is a hoax, by the way. Okay, they seem to think that our biggest threat to our national security is global warming and climate change. Just take a look at things while in our rear view mirror. Okay, so this is like, we're driving, Okay, but we're letting other countries take the lead. Okay, now it's like there's the engine's running, but there's nobody behind the wheel. Okay, do you get me here? Because I look at the political goings-ons, and I just can't see things. I can't see things the way things are shaping up to be. I can't see things that we are less safe now than we were before 9/11. Okay, we are cutting our national security forces dramatically, and so tonight I'm going to start off with my political segment here. Okay, my political segment here. Okay, and this is and this, my friends, you need to talk. You need to get this in your head here. Okay, because Obama's failed foreign policy has Obama has failed in his policies here, and so what we are looking at here, we definitely need to get straight here. And so as this comes into play here, my political segment here, we are talking about now Obama's failed liberal socialist policies. Yep. Let's start with his failed foreign policy. Okay, to begin with. Okay. Now, let's start with that here. Okay, Obama's foreign policy. Okay. So, let's start off with here. Now, we have Obama's failed foreign policy. It's a disaster. Okay? He's helping our enemies. He's negotiating with terrorists. Okay? And terrorist nations, terrorist sponsor nations. Okay? This deal with Iran now has lost its weight. Okay? It's lost its weight. It didn't have any weight to begin with here. Okay? Because while the Ayatollah chants death to America and death to Israel, okay, we're negotiating with these barbaric morons in Iran and over this nuke deal, which has gone awry. Okay, and then let's talk about how Obama traded five top Taliban commanders for a traitor to our nation, a deserter. Okay, for a deserter, mind you, Bo Bergdahl, which by the way, we now see that this comes as quite a shock, because Bergdahl deserted his platoon back in 2009, okay, and then you heard Susan Rice, get this, Susan Rice said he served his country with honor and distinction, right? But yet this guy was a deserter. And he deserted his platoon in 2009, and then he actually went in search of the Taliban, and he wanted to join the Taliban. Okay, this was an American in Afghanistan. Okay, and, it's just ridiculous. All right, and so, with all of this, in the meantime, we're negotiating with Iran over this nuke deal, all right, which has gone awry. Okay, mind you, and this all comes. It's it's all out of whack. Why negotiate it with the top number one sponsor of terrorism? All right, okay. Iran sponsored Al Qaeda. Okay, Iran sponsored Hezbollah. Okay, Iran sponsored, the even though they're fighting ISIS, Iran sponsored Al Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, and the and the Muslim Brotherhood as well. But even though also they're fighting ISIS now, supposedly alongside us, supposedly they hate ISIS, but they sponsored elements of ISIS. Okay, and so now we are giving Iran 10 years to develop a nuclear weapon. All right, this was the same time span that the Clinton administration gave North Korea. Yeah. All right. And so we have a failed foreign policy here. All right. In the meantime, our national security is in jeopardy. All right. It's in jeopardy. Now, I want to show you this, okay? Now, Obama's failed policies here. All right. Now, let me show you this. Okay, this is breaking here. Okay, we have broke our national security with Obama's failed foreign policy. All right, and I want to show you this. Okay, now this my friends. Okay, now this is just totally ridiculous. All right, we are cutting our military. Okay, we are cutting our military, and in ways that is just not gonna protect us. Okay, we are cutting. We even have removed an aircraft carrier. With no replacement. And this is the Obama sequestration, mind you. Okay, remember that sequestration? Yeah, that was Obama's idea. Okay, so he's cutting the military, right? He's cutting the military in basically every branch: Army, Air Force, Army, Air Force, Marines, and even Navy SEALs. All of our platoons are getting cut. He pulled out of Iraq prematurely, mind you, and then thus we had ISIS, which Obama called the JV team. Yeah, his foreign policy is a disaster. And this is what Romney said too. Okay, his foreign policy is just such a disaster. All right, and now I want to talk about this because with this listen to this testimony here. Okay, listen to this testimony. We are living in a world, an unsafe world, okay, where terrorism is rampant, and our national security is being jeopardized by by Obama's failed foreign policy. All right, and there are elements of our national security that are at stake. Obama, no matter how hard Obama tries, okay, to convince us, that we're safer now. That it's not true. It's not true. Okay, take a listen to this testimony here. Okay, right here. Okay, take a listen to this testimony here. All right, here it is. Okay.
We've heard reports about the attacks on those individuals when they were reinserted back into Syria. Can you tell us what the total number of trained fighters remains?
It's a small number, and the ones that are in the fight is we're talking four or five.
4 or 5.
4 or 5? 4 or 5 men on the ground in wherever. Now, 4 or 5 men? Are you kidding me? So while the military now has shrunk under Obama. Okay, now the military now has shrunk under Obama, and this is reflective of his failed socialist liberal policies. Okay, in the meantime, what's the greatest threat to our nation now? Obama's top general in confirmation made a quite stunning revelation about what he thought was the greatest threat was the greatest threat. Okay, take a listen.
Marine General slated.
Take this.
Chief at his confirmation hearing today.
Okay, take a listen.
Poses the greatest national security threat.
Okay, take a listen to this.
Senator, if I had to rack and stack them today, I had Russia down as number 1. I'd have China down as number 2.
He put North.
Yeah, Russia down as Russia, our greatest political threat. Okay, Russia is the greatest threat now. Okay, Russia now. This is Obama's top general in his confirmation hearing. He listed North Korea as number 2, or China as number 2, North Korea as number 3. Okay, and then ISIS was number 5 on the list. Okay, all right, but you remember now. Okay, you remember this is reflective now. Okay, so Obama's top general, okay, has said that Russia now is our biggest threat. Okay, which brings me to Russia has actually taken the lead. Okay, Russia actually has taken the lead here. Okay, because while Obama was out there at the UN, okay, meeting with our world leaders and stuff like that, okay, Putin said in an interview that he wasn't gonna send troops to Syria, to combat ISIS, but lo and behold, while Obama was at the UN, that's when Russia sent troops in. Okay, and this is Russia's big angle here. Okay, they sent troops in to Syria to combat supposedly ISIS, but this is Putin's angle here. Okay, this is what Putin really wants to do. Putin wants to keep Assad in power. Okay, so his troops that he sent there aren't going after ISIS. They're going after Assad's detractors. Okay, so he's actually helping out Assad, which, by the way, Obama doesn't like Assad. Obama wants regime change. Okay, Obama wants to eliminate Assad, but yet Assad is fighting ISIS, right? And Assad is fighting ISIS. So this kind of puts us in a little bit of a bind here, where Russia is helping out Assad, and we are actually trying to defeat ISIS over there. and so do you see where I'm getting at here? You know, but that Obama's top general said Russia was our biggest threat. Okay, and so does this sound familiar? Does this sound familiar here?
When you were asked what's the biggest geopolitical threat facing America, you said Russia. Not Al-Qaeda, you said Russia. In the 1980s are now calling to ask for their foreign policy back because the Cold War has been over for 20 years.
It's a geopolitical foe, and I said in the same paragraph, I said, and Iran is the greatest national security threat we face. Russia does continue to battle us in the UN time and time again. I have clear eyes on this. I'm not going to wear rose-colored glasses when it comes to Russia or Mr. Putin.
Remember that? It appears Romney was right. Russia is our biggest geopolitical foe. And hello, Obama. Putin's bringing back the Cold War. Okay, we are now still fighting this Cold War with Russia. All right. Obama is blind to it. Okay, he doesn't see the threat. Okay, yet he met with Vladimir Putin at the UN, right? Okay, and so this is what really puzzles me. Okay, so we're drawing down forces. Okay, we're cracking down on our national security. Okay, we're literally breaking down. Okay, we're literally breaking down, and then we're letting others take the lead on this. Okay, and in the meantime, Edward Snowden is now on Twitter. Okay, yeah, his first tweet was, "Can you hear me now?" I wouldn't be surprised if Edward Snowden becomes Putin's right-hand man. Because after all, he is still in Russia. Living it up. He's probably laughing his head off at all of this. Where Russia takes the lead in just about everything that we do. Okay. It's just so appalling. It's so unpatriotic, to just, not be there. Literally, we're cutting down our forces in every branch of the military. And Obama just doesn't get it. Okay, just doesn't get it. Okay. In the meantime, there's this element of people that criticize our GOP candidates that criticize our GOP candidates over the Muslim question, which I think is totally ridiculous. All right. Okay. And I want to show you. I want to show you that. Okay. But Obama's foreign policy has failed. Russia. When you have Russia taking the lead on several things here, it just doesn't look good. Obama's failed policy. Okay, we now are politically and officially leading from behind. We're not even leading in this fight. Okay, we're not even leading. Okay, and so and with all of this, I want to show you the question that Obama I want to show you what Carson Ben Carson, and I wanted to elaborate on this, but why are political candidates like Ben Carson and Donald Trump getting the Muslim question? Okay, and I do want to show you that here, okay? Because now it's very, very important what we look at here, okay? But we are literally weakened here. We are literally weakened here, okay? But let me move on to some other things that have popped up here. Okay, now, but here's some testimony here. Listen.
The Army is tasked with going from 490,000 active where they are today to 450 in the next 2 years, and they got to come from someplace.
These aren't cuts the Army wants to make. These are cuts required by the budget environment in which we operate.
Bad news for our national security at a time when we face some of the gravest threats we've seen in decades. It's bad news for those soldiers and their families, but it's probably recognized as good news in places like Tehran, where the Ayatollahs are chanting death to America.
We don't have to live with a smaller army. It's a political choice. And I think the American people are ready for us to make a choice to spend more on defense.
Yes, and so hence, that last person, made a very, very good point. Obama is cutting our defenses, cutting our defense. He's crumbling down the military. All right, and remember I showed you the clip before. Okay, but I want to show you it again. Okay, I want to show it again. Okay, here it is.
What would you consider the greatest threat to our national security?
My assessment today, Senator, is that Russia presents the greatest threat to our national security. In Russia, we have a nuclear power. We have one that not only has the capability to violate the sovereignty of our allies and to do things that are inconsistent with our national interests, but they're in the process of doing so. So if you want to talk about a nation that could pose an existential threat to the United States, I'd have to point to Russia. And if you look at their behavior, it's nothing short of alarming.
I think you'd be.
Exactly. So in the meantime, that was Obama's top general in his confirmation. Okay, Obama's top general even said that Russia is our #1 threat. Okay, yeah, China #2, North Korea #3. Okay, yeah, that was North Korea #3. Yeah, and ISIS #4. Okay, yeah. So what is going on here? Okay, Putin has us stirred in the pot. Okay, Putin has us stirred in the pot. Okay, well,
as soon.
Okay, so yeah, so Putin has us stirred in the pot there. Okay, and so we're battling. It looks like Romney was actually right. Okay.
Biggest geopolitical. Russia. Al Qaeda.
Okay, but Romney was actually right. Okay, about Russia, and so Obama just doesn't get it. Okay, Romney was right. Okay, my goodness. And so who's the candidate that should have been elected in 2012? That was Romney. Okay, Romney actually had it right. He was right on foreign policy. He was right about Russia. He was right about ISIS. He was right about Al Qaeda. He was right about the economy. And now, after all, Russia did take over Crimea, and he's trying to expand. This is what he's doing. He's mad that he lost the Soviet Union, and now he's expanding. He's taking over countries that didn't want to be part of Russia now. And he's going in there, okay, and okay. So this was the question okay, that was posed to this was the question that was posed to Ben Carson, okay, and I want to show you this, okay, before I get to the other stuff that I want to go through, okay, but here, let me show you this, okay, let me show you this. This was what was posed to Ben Carson, okay. Take a listen to this. Oh wait, whoops, hold up a second.
Islam is consistent with the Constitution.
Whoa, wait a minute. Okay.
Advocate that we put a Muslim in charge of this nation? I absolutely would not agree with that.
Chief Washington Correspondent James.
Well, okay, so hold up a second. Let's get that off the screen here. All right. Okay, wait. Okay, so okay, so that, my friends, is what? Okay.
Mr. Carson made the.
Okay, so.
Himself.
Okay, so that, I'm sorry about that, but anyhow, the question was, okay, and let me rewind that here. Let me rewind that here because you know, and I'm gonna put some of this now on the Political Point magazine's political point of vision. Okay, so now let me show you this here. All right, with this now, okay. With this, I need to make some points here, okay, because I wanted to elaborate on this, okay. Now, this was the question that Ben Carson got, okay, and I think it's a gotcha question, okay, because, you know, and here it is, okay.
So do you believe that Islam is consistent with the Constitution?
No, I don't. I do not. I would not advocate that we put a Muslim in charge of this nation. I absolutely would not agree with that.
Okay, now, and then, now, he was criticized for his answer, okay, but then he tried to follow up on that, he tried to follow up on that, and what he meant was, okay, I actually agree that Islam is not succinct with the Constitution, all right, with the U.S. Constitution. But okay, Ben Carson got that question at shortly after Donald Trump got a similar question, similar Muslim question. Okay, but check this out. Take a look. Okay, right here.
We have a problem in this country. It's called Muslims. We know our current president is one. Right. You know he's not even an American.
We need this
birth
question.
certificate, man. But anyway, we have training camps growing where they want to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
That's my question. When can we get rid of it?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
Well, now, with that, my friends, okay, now, I want to talk about some other things that have come up in the news here, all right, and with this segment here, okay, and with everything that has been going on here, all right, now, there was, however, now, a massacre that happened in Oregon, okay, but before I get to that, okay, I want to talk about the Planned Parenthood grilling, okay, and before Congress, all right, but yeah, and so I want to talk about this, okay. Planned Parenthood, you remember, Planned Parenthood had those videotapes, okay, those videotapes of Planned Parenthood executives actually discussing the sale of dead infant baby body parts, right? And now they were grilled they were grilled before Congress with they were grilled before Congress, and I do want to get to this, but now with all of this here, okay, but I do want to get into this, because now there is a boiling question. There was a boiling question about Planned Parenthood's funding, okay, and where they get a lot of their funding, okay. Now, but they were grilled before Congress, and I want to show you this exchange right here. All right. So,
Planned Parenthood is an organization with massive salaries. Ms. Richards makes nearly $600,000 a year. The person that runs the affiliate in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota makes roughly $450,000 a year. And I could be here for a long time listing out some very exorbitant salaries. This is also an organization that seems to have exorbitant travel expenses. 2013, they spent more than $5 million in travel. First-class tickets, private chartered aircraft. Roughly, they're spending $14,000 a day on travel. That's a lot. That's money that isn't going to women's health care.
The federal funding that Planned Parenthood receives allows our doctors and clinicians at our health centers to provide birth control, cancer screenings, and testing and treatment for sexually transmitted infections.
Ohio.
Really? Now, let me turn that down a little bit. Okay. All right. So, but anyhow, there's a question on salaries and whatnot, and so as everything comes to mind here, okay, Planned Parenthood is in trouble. Okay, so they sell the baby body parts, right? Okay, the baby body parts of and it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. Okay, this isn't about women's health anymore. Okay, with Planned Parenthood. Okay, and the funding, as far as I'm concerned, for abortions, this is the baby killing capital of women's health organizations, and Planned Parenthood definitely needs to be defunded. All right, I just don't see it. I just don't like it. We have other facilities. We have other facilities that definitely need to be utilized. Okay, but and so with all of this here, I have never ever liked Planned Parenthood. In fact, did you know that Planned Parenthood was originally a racist organization? The founder of Planned Parenthood had set up Planned Parenthood offices in literally black communities to abort, because she wanted to abort all the black babies. So now we're losing the fight on terrorism, but we're gonna win this one. We're gonna win this one on Planned Parenthood, because Planned Parenthood is a vile organization. It's not even about women's health anymore. All right, and so in fact, we even found out that there was no Planned Parenthood there was no Planned Parenthood organization had pap smears or mammograms treatment. So this here we, so this isn't about women's health anymore. Okay, all right. So now, okay, yeah, I was checking to see if the phone lines were working. Okay, but anyhow, so with all of this coming into play here, all right, and in fact, okay, Planned Parenthood. Now, so why are they getting funding to begin with? All right, why are they getting funding to begin with? There's other organizations. In fact, they had a brilliant idea. That in their grilling there, okay, in their grilling that they had a brilliant idea in their grilling that that the money that they're getting, the money that they're getting for their salaries and whatnot should be used, should go to other women's health organizations. Okay, there's other clinics that people can go to that provide good services, that don't fund abortions, that don't perform abortions. Okay, abortion is murder. All right, there should not be any government tax dollar funding for abortions. All right, abortion is murder. Okay, especially if they're using the dead baby body parts for profit. It's not good. It's not good. All right, there is nothing suitable for that. Okay, but now, tragic. It's tragic here. Okay, we definitely need to get this all out of sorts. But there is a tragedy that has occurred. Okay. Okay. There is a tragedy that has occurred, and that is the massacre in Oregon. Okay. Now, this a shooter went into a school campus, a campus, and asked. Okay, and it's just tragedy. Okay, a lone gunman killed 9 people, or at least 10 people, and wounded 7 more last week in a blood-soaked Oregon college campus. Okay, rampage as America's recurring national nightmare returned. Okay, now instead of actually coming up with solutions here, now what happened was the gunman came into the school and actually went into a classroom and then asked what people's religion was, and if they said they were Christian or something like that, then he shot them. It's just horrible. I don't like this. I don't like this. But okay, in the meantime, Obama spent so much time on this. And he talked about gun control. He lectured us on gun control, on gun laws. and he claimed, and this is totally ridiculous. Okay, he claimed that the gun laws, okay, that were in Chicago, for example, okay. He claimed that places that have the toughest gun laws reduced the gun shootings, but that's not true. Okay, he needs to look in his own backyard of Chicago. Chicago has the toughest gun control laws, and yet there's more people getting killed by guns. And by the way, there's more black people killing other black people with guns. Okay? He didn't go through the actual stats, the actual statistics here. Okay? Now, New York City was another one that was the safest city in America. It was the safest city because of the fact that they had not gun control laws, but they had stop and frisk. We had concealed carry. Okay, and then our security was safe. Okay, it was the safest city until de Blasio became mayor. Right? Okay, but now this is where Obama has it wrong. Chicago is the most dangerous city in America because it has strict and tough gun laws, gun control laws. It's not safe, Mr. Obama. It's not safe. All right, I want to open it up to the phone lines. Okay, so if you are listening out there, please, what is on your political mind? Okay, but so if you are listening out there, let's get you on the line. All right, but my friends, we've had several massacres. And it's happened a lot under this president, under Obama. Okay, and mind you, while Obama tries to tout gun control, right? Obama tries to tout gun control, but they tried that. They tried that. Remember when they had a Democratic-controlled Congress? They tried that. Okay? Shortly after Sandy Hook. Okay? Shortly after Sandy Hook, they tried gun control. Okay? They tried for gun control, but they didn't have the votes to get it passed. You know why? Because several Democrats even believe in the Second Amendment. Okay? And they believe, as I do, that the government cannot take your right to bear a firearm, to bear and keep arms. Okay? To defend yourself. All right? So what they need to do is focus on the mental issue. Okay? And in order to do that, okay, I am for concealed carry. Okay? I am for stop and frisk. Okay? I think every city in America should have stop and frisk and concealed carry. Okay? Now, on that note, okay, we have had the Virginia Tech shooter. Okay. Now, what's most significant about all these cases? We've had Columbine. We've had the Minnesota shooting. We've had the Pennsylvania shooter. In the Amish school. We've had Sandy Hook. And we've had that church shooting. And we've had the movie theater massacre. Okay, and now this in Oregon. Okay, but I wanted to point out, especially with the Virginia Tech shooting. Okay, with the Virginia Tech shooting, it was other students with guns that actually stopped the shooter. So with that now, but what's significant about this one, okay, is the shooter actually killed himself. I think, from what I've been seeing and reading about this. Okay, but so we don't know, but we know that on Facebook or on Twitter there was a message that the shooter put out that don't go to school tomorrow in Oregon campus. Before, and they discovered that before the shooting took place, or after the shooting took place. Okay, but something has to be done, but it's not gun control. Gun control does not work. Okay, just look what happened to Detroit and Chicago. There's major gun control. Gun control does not work. Okay, we need the three things that I suggest. We need concealed carry. Okay, we need stop and frisk, and in every single school, we need to put those old retired cops there and armed security over there in every single school in America. Colleges, universities, high schools, elementary schools, middle schools. It all has to be done. Okay? It all has to be done to stop this madness. Okay? I am not for gun control. I am not for the federal government taking your guns away. What they need to do is focus on the fourth thing, which is the mental health issue. So stop and frisk, concealed carry, armed guards at every school, and focus on the mental health issue, which is background checks. Okay, 2. Okay, background checks, 2. All right, but anyhow, my friends, we didn't have much on that note here, and I am out of time. I don't even have enough time to for the last words for the night. So on that note, I'm so sorry. So on that note, my friends, let's take us out here. Okay. Follow me on Twitter at WilliamMetro2, and catch me on YouTube. Alright. Thank you for watching Political Points. Where the right is right, and the left is always on the wrong side of history.